Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to solve a problem on composite walls. So first of all, let's understand what are composite walls. So till now we had solved the problem on heat transfer where we have a single wall. But in many cases we have more than a single wall. For example, in this case we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have 4 walls. And you see the wall number 2 and 3 are parallel with respect to each other. They are placed over one another. And the wall number 1 and the 4, these are all in series. So this is called series and parallel coupling. So first of all, let's understand some basic fundamentals and mathematics of how to solve these problems. Now to solve these types of problem, we need to introduce a concept that is called thermal resistance. So we know that Q, that is heat transfer, is given by Ka delta T, that is temperature difference, divided by L. So if I introduce a parameter that is called R, so R is represented by L by Ka. So we can find out the value of Q equal to T1 minus T2 divided by R. And this term R is called thermal resistance. Okay, so what happens? Let's say I have a composite bar like this. So I have bar number 1 and bar 2. Temperature on these two outer surfaces is given TL and TR. So if you want to find out the net heat transfer, we can find out that is Q equal to temperature difference divided by R. In case of series, so you see these two composite walls are in series, R1 and R2. When the walls are in series, we directly add these values, so R1 plus R2. So the net value of R due to these two composite walls will be R1 plus R2. Similarly, let's consider the second case. We have two walls placed over one another, so we have wall number 1 and wall number 2. And these are locked by some screw, bolt, etc. So we can write this as wall number 1 and wall number 2, and there is a net heat transfer from this side to this side. So in case we can see these are in parallel. So whenever we have two composite walls that are in parallel, we find out the net value of R equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R2. So that is the formula. Now let's solve a problem. We have a wall of brick. The thickness of this is 0.1 and the insulation on the both sides insulations are provided. And the thickness of this insulation is 0.03 meter. The temperature on the left side is 150. On the right side it is 10. So basically we can consider that we have three composite wall, R1, R2 and R3. So this is R1, this is R2 and this is R3. Our objective is to find out the temperature at the end of this wall. This temperature T2 and T3. So if you go by formula, you can calculate the value of R like this. R1 plus R2 plus R3, that is L1 by K1A, L2 by K2A2. So this area of cross sectional, that is this side area, is like this. So if you see this plate from this side, the area is 0.1 here and also 0.1 here, 0.1 meter. Also the thermal conductivity is given. For the brick the thermal conductivity is 0.7 and for the insulation this is 0.07. And always you see whenever there is insulation onto something, its value of K will be very less. It will be much closer to 0. When we have very little value of K, it will provide a good thermal insulation. So you can calculate the value of Q using this formula. First of all we calculate the value of this A into R, and then we found out that net heat transfer will be this. So this heat transfer is in watts per meter square. So we divide this by area. And after that you can calculate the value of temperature by continuing this formula. So we find out the value of T3 is 70 and the T2 is 90. So now let's solve this problem in Ansys. So we are going to solve this problem in the next lecture. Hello friends, in the previous lecture we were solving this problem. Okay, so now we have this brick wall and it is covered by insulation on the both side. So now let's go to Ansys and then solve this problem. We have the value of thermal conductivity here for the brick and insulation. So go to Ansys and then go to steady state thermal, pick and drag this. So first of all we need to create the material, so go to engineering data and add it. Here I will insert the material that is for brick, and then I will need one more material, that is insulation. So this is insulation, press enter. Pick and drag this on both materials. So for this brick, this is watts per meter Kelvin, this is 0.7, and for insulation this is 0.07, and then close this. After that I will go to this geometry. So I have already created the geometry of this, so I will go to geometry, right click and then click on import. So you go to the folder of composite insulation and select this file and click open. After that I will open up this file in design modeler. So here we need to generate this model, so click on generate, and now we can see our model is proper. So right now it is showing as a transparent view, so I will click on this view, make a uncheck on this frozen body transparency, so it will show a solid view. So here we can see we have three part bodies, insulation 1, brick, and then insulation 2. So now I can go to file and click on close. So now we have to apply the load and boundary condition inside this. So go to model, right click and then edit. So here first of all we need to assign the proper material to this. So go to geometry and then go to insulation and make sure the insulation material is applied to the insulation. Then select this brick wall and then select brick wall from here. Similarly for this insulation, select this insulation. Now we can see the proper material has been applied. After that I will go to this mesh, right click and then generate the mesh. So what I do, I will go to this element size and let's say I'm taking element size 10, press enter, and then I will update this mesh. Okay, now we can see we have a much better mesh. So I will go to the statistics. Okay, node number is 31,000, so we have to reduce the element size. So what I do, let's say I will take the element size 12 and then update this. So you can take smaller element size, but since this is a student edition, I am taking the number of nodes less than 30,000. So now the number of nodes are 21,000 and the mesh is look finer, so it is a good mesh. So see, right now we have three bodies, and whenever we have multiple bodies inside the Ansys, we need to create a connection between them. So as we already know, by default Ansys create the automatic connections. So I can go to this connections and then open this contacts. So here we can see we have two contacts, contact region 1 and contact region 2. If I select this contact region 1, and you will see the contact 1 will be highlighting. Let's hide this mesh. So I go to display and make a uncheck on this show mesh. And now we can see it is showing the first contact. So the contact is here. This is the contact between insulation 2 and then brick wall. You can also see the contact here, this red body and this blue body. So these surfaces represent the contacting surfaces. So since this is a linear analysis, we need bonded contact between them. So bonded means these are fixed over one another. So bonded means two surfaces are fixed. Similarly, we can see the contact region 2, and this time the contact is here. So the contacts are automatically created. After that, we will have to apply the load and boundary condition. So let's go to the problem first. See, the temperature of this outside wall is 150 degree. Now we need to convert this degree to Kelvin. So we need to add 273 to this. Okay, so this will turn out to be 423. Similarly, we need to add 273 to this, so this will be 283. Because we are working with Kelvin, so we need to change the units. So what I do, I will go to steady state thermal, right click and then temperature. Okay, so let's say this temperature is 423, press enter. In the geometry, click on this surface and pick up this face. Click apply. Similarly, we need to select the other face. So select the second face, temperature. So this is 283. In the geometry selection, select this face and then apply. After that, we had applied all the loads and boundary conditions. I will go to solution, right click and then I want temperature. So now we can solve this. So after the solution has been completed, I will go to temperature and then I want to find out the temperature of this wall here. So what I do, I will go to this result and then go to probe values. So let's say I want to find out the temperature here onto this edge and onto this edge. Okay, so the value of this temperature is in Kelvin. So let's say I want to change the unit. So I will go to home and then I will go to Celsius. And then let's find out the value of temperature here. So you see the value of this temperature is closer to 90 degree. This is what we had find out using this hand calculation. So you see the value of this temperature is 90 and the other value will be 70. So let's find out the value of temperature here. See, this is very much closer to 70. So if you pick up the right point, you will get the exact value. So in this way we can make a conclusion that we have solved this problem and the results are very much closer to the hand calculations.